The views, takes and opinions expressed on this show are of the host's own and do not represent the views, takes and opinions of the Bank Collective and its affiliates. Material and sources mentioned in this episode is for general and commentary purposes only. This episode might include strong language and may not be suitable for children. Listener discretion is advised. Stay safe and stay wrestle everyone. Welcome to the main event, Mark.
Ayun. So, welcome to the Main Event Mark podcast. Again, my name is Angel Panera here, hosting the show and hosting the process for this two-part episode on this week's podcast. So, today on this episode specifically, we are going to talk about TNA Rebellion on its full entirety. So we're going to review TNA Rebellion, and then on the next episode, we are going to do our Dynasty review. So on Saturday today, actually, if hindi nyo pa napapakinggan, ibibigay ko sa inyo yung aking thoughts on the WWE Draft Fallout. So kung napakinggan nyo na tong recording na to, tapos na yung live, so you might able to listen or to watch on that later after you listen to this episode. So that episode is, by the way, available now exclusively on YouTube and also on Facebook, facebook.com/MEM Wrestling Pod. So para makakontinue tayo, so today's episode of the podcast is all about TNA Rebellion and also our NXT Spring Breaking review week 1. At yung lahat ng WWE, we are going to focus on that on today's episode of the show. On Monday, next week, we're going to drop our AEW Dynasty review and bibigyan ko na rin kayo ng preview on my opinion as well on the WWE draft so far, aside from the thoughts that I just gave you during the WWE episode today. Ngayon, gagawin natin. For the meantime, ito muna ang ating mga plugs, konting bagay lang. So I hope you guys can follow and support the show on all of the social media platforms at MEM Wrestling Pod. At sa Facebook, sa X, sa Instagram, sa TikTok, sa Twitch, at sa iba pang podcast platforms, at sa inyo pang mga social media platforms. You can support this show at MEM Wrestling Pod. Yung threads, inumpisahan ko na siyang di gamitin kasi mas malakas pa din talaga yung market ng platforms natin sa X tsaka sa Facebook. So medyo nililimitahan ko na yung mga post sa threads. And based naman sa graphics natin, medyo tinanggal ko yung threads doon sa ating mga plugs. So it might be a justification din. Yun. Pero hindi mo yun ang ating pag-uusapan. Pag-uusapan natin is TNA Rebellion. Before we continue on our talks on TNA Rebellion, just to give you guys an heads up, WWE is on Blast TV and also UFC. So if you want to support our friends from Blast TV, syempre mga kaibigan din natin sila. I hope you can support them by subscribing also to Blast TV. It's only $179. If you want the full experience at $199 with Setanta Sports, it's per month. Meron po silang voucher code na nasa description ng episode. You can able to use that as well. You can watch WWE and also UFC pay-per-views or fight nights every week on Blast TV. If you have the Setanta Sports option, you are now able as well to watch NBA, La Liga, and the English Premier League also on Setanta Sports on Blast TV. And just to let you know guys is yung platform din is giving away 3 months of subscription kay Setanta Sports. Ulitin ko, nasa description po ng ating episode yung link and also yung code you're going to use if you're going to subscribe on Setanta Sports on Blast TV. Yun. So, yun lang ang ating pag-uusapan ngayon. Pero for the meantime, let's focus muna sa TNA Rebellion. So TNA Rebellion, according to Dave Meltzer, 500 plus lang ang bumili nito on pay-per-view. A little bit understandable because TNA is now having a streaming service which is the TNA Plus, and also they are airing as well on Thriller TV worldwide. So medyo understandable siya sa state na 500 plus lang yung bumili ng pay-per-view. Hindi na rin naman nagmamatter sa TNA yung pay-per-view since they have the subscription, no? Hindi nila ini-indicate kasi lalo ng mga wrestling pages na kaya lang naman ganyan because may Thriller TV na and TNA Plus si TNA, and eventually they're going to remove the plugs ng mga shows nila on pay-per-view because they have these shows eventually on the platforms ng Thriller TV and also TNA Plus. Dave Meltzer kasi hilig na mag-fake news kaya ayan, tinotolerate naman ng mga pages na yan. So well, it's not my fault. Okay, so eto muna, recap muna tayo ng mga matches and results na nangyari sa TNA Rebellion para lang diretso na tayo pagkatapos nitong recap natin sa ating opinions on the card. So I'm just going to look that up para lang wala kayong masyadong ma-expect sa akin about the card. But regardless, that was a really good card if you're going to ask me. So we have this Hulk as card for Rebellion. Yun. So ABC is Austin and Chris Bay, and also Leon Slater defeated the Rascals. Laredo Kid defeated Crazy Steve for the TNA Digital Media Championship. Spitfire defeated Decay for the TNA Tag Team titles for the women knockouts. Mustafa Ali defeated Jake Something for the TNA X Division title. Rich Swann defeated Joe Hendry by pinfall. Frankie Kazarian defeated Eric Young by pinfall. Also, Mike Santana just returned to TNA as well, defeating Steve Macklin in a singles match. Also, the System retained the tag titles over Speedball Mountain. Also, Josh Alexander defeated Hammerstone in a last man standing match. Jordan Grace defeated Step Delander thanks to Khan, not only Khan, and also Sami Callihan by saving her, Jamie tuloy. Jordan Grace from the Good Hands. So the Good Hands is here, and basically they are parang allies ni Matt Cardona. So technically that translates their appearance on that match. And also main event, Moose defeated Nick Nemeth for the TNA World Championship. Also, dito din lumabas si Matt Hardy. Matt Hardy returned for TNA for the first time since 2017. Yan ang ating results for TNA Rebellion 2024. And let's talk about the fallout for the show as we speak. So let's start with the thoughts na lang para hindi na tayo masyado magpahaba-haba. Umpisa natin sa main event. Main event, Matt Moose versus Nick Nemeth for the TNA title. For me, that was amazing. Celebrities are coming, of course, on TNA. Nick Nemeth also, tagal na rin niyang hindi nakakahawak ng TNA belt or any world championship. So it's an opportunity then for him to become a world champion then. Tanggalin ko na yung mic ko kasi dito nag-work. Yun. So, ang system kasi nito parang they want or the system wants Nemeth to take advantage of the situation, but eventually the referee for this match enabling the system and eventually thrown them out of the match. Parang basically Nemeth was defeated by Moose easily by pinfall clean finish for the TNA belt, and umikot talaga yung match on how Nick Nemeth will able to escape the system, and that's basically the background of the match and how it went out. Sobrang ganda. It reminds me of 2016 Nick Nemeth. Pero andun tayo sa reality that he's just putting over Moose as the TNA champion, and it's just amazing for me to see Nemeth doing that on his own favor. And napaka ganda rin kasi. Medyo naiklian ako. Pero somehow it's like appropriate then for a match like this to be shorter as this. Pero parang ikli pa rin for 12 minutes yung match na to as a whole. Parang ikli niya. Yun. So that was an amazing main event. May mga spots kinda expected din. And yung finish was very appropriate. But yeah, I think that was a really good match. I don't really think that was a inappropriate finish for the main event. Hindi rin naman ako nag-expect that Nemeth is winning the title. Pero pinredict ko, yes, Nemeth. Pero I don't really think Nemeth is winning. No? So, yan. The system appeared after of the match. Then here it comes another cliche na ginagawa ng TNA. So it's Matt Hardy. Matt Hardy returned to TNA and he attacked Moose with the TNA belt and also the twist of fate. And also, ginagawa nila yung delete taunt. Yeah. So, ginawa nila basically. But yeah. Okay. So, actually, the return of the broken Matt Hardy is a welcome change to me compared to his AEW gimmick. And also, to the fact that he returned to TNA instead on WWE. That was a really good idea to me, no? Itong TNA character na to, for me, this is definitely one of my favorite characters besides the Matt Hardy 2.0 character. That was a really good character. And yeah, that was a really good way to put TNA back on top. Not the best one, but I think they can do a really good job on this. I know TNA is something na magsasuccess with that approach. And also Moose, can put Matt Hardy over. I know that will be a great match eventually for this, and I could not wait to see more of that later on. Okay, so we have Jordan Grace versus Steph Delander. So, ano ba tawag dito? Steph Delander, medyo impressed ako sa kanya, in fairness ha. Pero ang napapansin ko kasi, two things. Number one, Ash by Elegance. Last PLE, which is Hard to Kill, she did this watching your champion on the match. Pero parang walang development yung character niya. So far yun yung naobserbahan ko. I like the idea of Jordan being dominant. Pero yung kay Ash kasi, nanalo binubuk siya as possibly the next world champion. Parang wala siya sa ayos. No? But regardless on that, mamaya pag-usapan pa natin ng iba si Ash by Elegance. Yung part kasi na we know something might happen na favor kay Jordan. Ayun na nga, lumabas nga si Sami Callihan and also si Khan to save her from the good hands. But yeah, I don't mas nagpop ako kay Sami Callihan for sure. Sami Callihan is a really good TNA wrestler. But yun, never expected. But para kanang sinasabi ko, it's always PCO. Si PCO pala ito. So yun, PCO in the ring. And yeah, Khan eventually appeared as well. And yeah, it's more on a continuity for their feud. So yeah, two feuds are being incorporated with this. So after nun, si ano ba tawag dito? PCO was the one who is saving Jordan. Yes, tama. PCO is the one who is saving Jordan. Khan is the one who did that. So sorry for that. Ayun. So Khan is almost going to snap the neck of Jordan Grace, but Sami Callihan saved the day, and wow, holy man, that was amazing as hell. And definitely, and eventually, she was able to beat SDL for the Women's Tag Team or TNA World Championship. For me, that was really good. And so I really like the idea of TNA then na ganito. Yan. So, the match was outstanding. I don't really think that we have to mix the storylines here. Medyo ano yun sa akin, antal. I really love the women's match though, pero I don't really see the sense of Khan, PCO, and also ano ba? The good hands in the beginning pa lang, wala na sense sa akin. Pero I really love the match though. The thing that they just did, it makes sense, but for the continuity, I don't think so. Lalo't wala si Matt Cardona, I don't think it makes sense in the beginning pa lang. Pero yun, continue natin. So, Josh Alexander versus Hammerstone in a last man standing match. Easily may match of the night for this card. Definitely my favorite na sa part 2 yung match of the week ko. So I'm not going to tackle that for now. I'll save it for part 2. So, Josh Alexander versus Hammerstone. Ang ano kasi dito parang alam mo yon, yung match kasi na to, Battle of Goliaths talaga to. Hindi to David's. Hindi dalawang David yung hinarap mo. Dalawang Goliath to, literally. And that was a really good presentation how this match should look like when it comes to TNA and also when it comes to the Cool Company then on how they should book this kind of matches and this kind of presentation that was really amazing to me. Yeah. So regardless on that, the match itself, that was a really good, solid match. And to me, if you're going to ask what's my score here, 3-4 is enough. But yeah, that was a really good, solid match. Wala naman ako ibang ganun sabihin doon. Medyo nakulangan lang ako sa continuity kasi last na to pero parang lacking siya. Ang dating sa akin parang it's more on lacking on something when it comes to the continuity for their feud, and it's kind of sucked on some part that match to and the feud as well. Yun. So that's it for me. The tag titles was retained. For me, System versus Speedball Mountain, easily one of my favorite matches then of the card. Meron akong napapansin na difference, pero I don't really see it as necessary. Parang ano siya parang, okay. Ano nangyari? Okay. Ganun yung nangyari sa match na to, but you can easily recognize then and you can say then na napaka-solid ng match na to, and it's just amazing. It's just showing how in the blue hell this match should go. It's amazing that we are getting this kind of matches, and it's very solid then that we have to get this and solid. Okay. So, Steve Macklin versus Mike Santana. Di ko na pag-usapan to kasi it's a impromptu match. Welcome back, Santana, though. That was a really good match regardless. But yeah, it's a pre-show or it's a impromptu match. Alam niyo naman ako. No, skip. Okay. So, Frankie Kazarian versus Eric Young. Pucha. Ganda. Ito, isa rin to eh. Mga favorite match ko din to sa buong card na to ng Rebellion. Ang gusto ko dito sa match na to parang parang alam mo yun, yung parang nananawa na yung crowd. Pero Frankie Kazarian, I'm glad that he saved the day here, and also the match was just really good, sobrang solid din. I know this is the beginning for him to chase the TNA title, but I cannot wait to see more of that later on. And eventually, he must win it. Cannot wait to see that. And also, the match pala, in fact, was a Full Metal Mayhem. And yung pagiging Full Metal Mayhem na to justified, and it's just showing how amazing these two wrestlers are. And napaka-impressive niya, if you're going to ask me. Yon. So, Joe Hendry versus Rich Swann. We're going to talk about this. We're not going to talk about this, but it sucks. I love Joe Hendry, but no. Pass ako dito. Medyo angle siya eh. Continuity lang to eh. Yung match, part lang to ng angle. Medyo continuity lang to. So, wala akong masyadong masasabi dito. It's just a story na kinontinue din with the Rebellion match. May continue dito. So, I'm not going to tackle this longer. Yon. So, ano pa ba? Mustafa Ali versus Jake something. This is something that I'm really looking forward to on the card ng Rebellion. And it shows how amazing this TNA matches is. And it shows this match alone. So, Mustafa Ali versus Jake something. Very good. Sobrang outstanding ito. Not my best match, but to me, it's very outstanding. The match itself, it's just really good. Mustafa Ali just improving himself or proving himself then that he deserves to stay with TNA and he deserves to stay on top. And it's just amazing. It just shows what he can do or what he can do, but he's just amazing as hell. Yun. So, napaka-solid sa totoo lang. TNA Rebellion. I don't know why there are some people who is trying to fake shit on this card. When we come back on the show, we're going to talk about the scores tsaka yung aking thoughts full on this goddamn show. Cannot wait to give you my thoughts on this. For now, let's take a short break. Let's check our kabunk mates on Bunk Collective.
Annyeong, we are One to Sarang.
Your next favorite Hallyu podcast.
We talk K-drama.
Ang daming kilig every time
Oh my
we
God.
hear K-drama. We also talk K-pop.
Yung feeling ko sa 17 na they bring me so much happiness.
And we live to entertain.
What you gonna do when Dicky steak in front of
Check us out now on Spotify and Apple Podcasts.
Also on YouTube. Join us sa Tawanan at Kwentuhan from One to Sarang.
Sales, profit, and engagement na naman ang usapan. Hey guys, Matt and Lance here. Corporate guys rin kami at pagod na rin kami sa ganyang usapang office. Ibahin naman natin ang mga kausap natin. Listen to guests from careers beyond the corporate scene with the Project Offbeat Career Podcast. Imagine talking to historians, gamers, teachers, and the like on how they live differently and succeed in their unconventional careers. Baka sakali, ito naman ang sign to pursue your passions. Kita-kits sa Spotify, Apple Podcast, and YouTube.
Yun. So thank you for waiting and listening on the Main Event Park podcast. This is our TNA Rebellion 2024 review, and we're now going to continue with our scores. So X Division title, Mustafa Ali versus Jake Something. I think it deserves a solid 3.5 out of 5 for me. Then we have this match, Rich Swann versus AJ Francis. Like what I said, this more on an angle, continuity angle, rather than a match. But I think the match was fine. Nothing special about it. Nothing to grab about it. I think it should get at least 2 out of 5. Then we have the final match for the feud. It's Frankie Kazarian versus the guy who defeated him for the TNA title shot, Eric Young. I think it deserves a 4. Then we have the tawag dito. Yung Full Mayhem, it gets a solid 4 out of 5. Yung Santana, ayun, di ko na pag-usapan to, di ko na rin i-escoran. Then, I have here the TNA tag titles, the System versus Speedball Mountain, 3.5. Then, the last man standing match, Mustafa Ali. Josh Alexander versus Hammerstone should get a solid 4. Then the women's title, 3 out of 5. The main event, Moose versus Nick Nemeth, it should be at least 3.5. Yan. So that's my official rankings and scores for TNA Rebellion. Thoughts ko, that was fine. That was a really fine show. I don't really see the improvement, the continuity for this card. The card was really good though, but the direction that we are going to go to Slammiversary on August or July, I don't really see that this storylines that we have on this card is going to help the 2 upcoming TNA Plus shows. But it's more on a continuity card papuntang Slammiversary, and I think that was a really good way to set up this whole card. And to the fact that this card was amazing from top to bottom, I can really see that this match card that we have for Rebellion was a really good, solid card for TNA Rebellion. Sakto lang. But for the continuity wise, I have to give a lower score on that. But overall, this Slammiversary PLE is going to be good for sure. A lot umangat na ulit sa TNA. I cannot wait to see more of that. But at least 3 over 5 yung score ko for the whole show ng TNA Rebellion. So let me know your thoughts on this whole card for TNA Rebellion as we go back to our commercial break. For the meantime, let's check our kabunkmates on the Bunk Collective. Ayan. So thank you for waiting here on our eto. So yun, katatapos lang ng ating TNA Rebellion review. Ayan, thank you din sa mga nakinig dito sa episode. Let's continue now with our talk of the week. Mag-continue tayo with some WWE talk. Ayan. So yeah. So this week's WWE programming It focused mainly on determining the number one contender for the WWE Undisputed title. So in this case, AJ Styles won that match over AJ or over LA Knight. And then we have Street Profits winning the four-way match for the tag titles. And yeah, we discussed this already, yung two-part natin no nakaraan. Hindi ko na siya i-discuss ulit yung mga highlights ng episode na to. But yeah, I think this episode of SmackDown was really good. If you're going to check on over on that. Yeah. So, keep it that way. Yung Raw, sige, let's focus on that. Ito yung di natin pag-usapan. Yung Raw, focus tayo doon. Becky Lynch won the Women's World Championship. I think that was a really good presentation for WWE for letting Becky winning the Women's World Championship over Liv Morgan. Ako kasi Liv talaga yung gusto kong manalo. Pero for the continuity kasi ng feud, I really get why Becky losing this match just yet. Pero I get din the momentum why Becky is not getting that win just yet. Pero eventually naman, Becky will be dethroned by Liv Morgan. So medyo gets ko yun. Pero wala pa yun. Nakikita natin that Becky should won it instead of Liv. Sa ngayon, and it shows how WWE is protecting Liv Morgan and also Becky. And I cannot wait to see one-on-one match at least between Liv and Becky Lynch. And it shows one of the factors why we have to get this one-on-one between Becky and Liv. Yan. So, draft is starting this weekend. Di natin ka na pag-uusapan yung buong episode na to. So, I think Jey Uso is giving Damian Priest a really good run for his money so far. So, yeah, that was a really good thing. Also, ano pa ba? Gunther also just announced his participation for the King of the Ring tournament na magte-take place next month. Also, Drew McIntyre also announced his participation for the tournament. He also announced that on TV. This King and Queen of the Ring is going to be interesting for sure. And yeah, we cannot wait to see more of that later on. Okay, NXT Spring Breakin'. Ilya Dragunov defeated by Trick Williams. Trick Williams is now the NXT champion. Well done, NXT. Well done. I think this is the perfect time to dethrone Ilya Dragunov. The Ilya is now going with Raw or SmackDown during the draft, and I cannot wait to see more on him down the line. Yung three-way for the NXT Women's Championship, Roxanne defeated Lyra and Tatum Paxley. Yeah, I think it makes sense to Roxanne para i-retain niya yung belt. And yeah, I cannot wait to see more of that later on between Lyra and Tatum Paxley. Pero yun, the rest of the card, that was a really good show. I'm not going to tackle them one by one. Medyo silly pag tinakal ko pa one by one. Yun. So for the meantime, this ends our episode this week on the podcast. We're going to continue on Monday with our AEW Dynasty review. Yeah, so I hope you can enjoy all of the shows and episodes natin ngayong linggo. Lalo't yung ating live mamaya after ng AEW or WWE SmackDown after ng draft. Yeah, I cannot wait to see you guys over there. For now, stay Russell and stay safe. See you on the next episode of the podcast. Bye for now.